Before we start the movie, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell to stay updated with everything we bring you. The movie begins with Claire running while recalling her son Kevin objecting to her separation from his father, Garrett, after his infidelity with his secretary. Kevin's allergy doctor arrives, and everyone leaves the house. Claire tries to open the garage door, but it's stuck. Their neighbor Noah comes to help her along with his disabled uncle. They introduce themselves, and Noah informs Claire that he'll be staying for a while to take care of his sick uncle. He also mentions that the garage door needs major repairs to prevent further issues. Noah takes Kevin to buy the tools needed for the repair. Meanwhile, Claire stays with Noah's uncle and learns more about Noah's background. His uncle tells her that Noah lost his parents, his father passed away, and his mother committed suicide. Kevin and Noah bond at the store, and Noah shares that he didn't finish high school due to tough circumstances, but is considering resuming his studies at a nearby school. Kevin encourages him to apply, mentioning that his mother works there as a teacher and can help him. After buying the tools, Noah and Kevin return to Claire's house and begin fixing the garage door. Claire is impressed by Noah and thanks him for his time and assistance. The next morning, Claire invites Noah to lunch, where her friend Vicky is also present. Everyone notices the special connection between Claire and Noah as they discuss literature and poetry. Kevin is happy to see his new friend. Later, Noah cleans the exterior of his house and sees Kevin with his father, while Claire bids them farewell as they leave for a 3-day camping trip. Taking advantage of their absence, Noah visits Claire, gifting her a book that makes her very happy. During the visit, Noah notices a pair of shoes in the house and asks Claire about them. She explains they were a gift from her friend Vicky. Noah comments that this type of shoe suits someone trying to be seductive, but adds that she doesn't need anything to look attractive because she already is. Claire feels flattered but tries to hide it. At night, Claire gets ready for a date arranged by Vicky, but the meeting fails as the man belittles her expertise in literature and poetry. Disheartened, Claire leaves and returns home. While at home, she receives a call from Noah asking about a recipe. She decides to help him and goes to his house to prepare the meal. During their interaction, they grow closer, and a relationship develops between them. The next day, Claire wakes up feeling regretful about what happened. She tells Noah it was a moment of weakness and that they should forget it. However, Noah expresses that it meant much more to him. After 3 days, Kevin and his father return from the camping trip. Claire prepares lunch, but Noah unexpectedly shows up at the house and joins the conversation with Garrett, making Claire extremely anxious, fearing Noah might reveal anything. Thankfully, Noah leaves quickly, and Claire feels relieved. Before leaving, Garrett tries to talk to Claire about the possibility of reconciling. Meanwhile, Noah watches Claire through his window, hearing and seeing everything that happens between her and Garrett. The next day marks the first day of school, and Claire works as a teacher for the senior class. She is shocked to see Noah as a student in her class. After the lesson, she visits the school principal to inquire about Noah being in the senior class. The principal surprises her by stating that his enrollment was based on her personal recommendation, sent via her email. Claire returns home and notices Noah's car behind her. She calls him and asks him to stop following her. He responds that he isn't following her but that his house is next to hers, and this is his usual route. When she arrives home, she checks her computer and finds an email sent to the principal from her account. However, she has no idea how it was sent or by whom. She asks her son Kevin if he sent it, but he denies any involvement. Noah shows up and suggests her computer may have been hacked. Claire speaks to him rudely and asks him to wait outside with Kevin. Kevin gets upset with the way she treats Noah, telling her she shouldn't behave like that. Claire responds that Noah has been around too much lately. Kevin informs her that he invited Noah to dinner that night, but she refuses, saying Garrett, Kevin's father, will be present. Meanwhile, Noah overhears the conversation between Claire and Kevin while standing on the staircase. Later, he takes Kevin to practice shooting, using the opportunity to plant ideas in Kevin's head against his father, reminding him that Garrett left him for 9 months without any care. During dinner, Kevin behaves angrily towards his father, blaming him for betraying his mother. Claire realizes that Noah influenced Kevin's behavior. The next day, while Kevin is at the school gym boxing, Noah trains him. Kevin remains angry over the previous night's events with his father and has an allergy attack. Noah rushes to get Kevin's allergy shot and administers it to save him. At the same time, Claire is sitting in the teacher's lounge when she receives a bouquet of flowers as a gift, but without a card. She calls Garrett to thank him, only to discover that the flowers aren't from him. Later, she finds out the flowers were sent by Noah. She goes to confront him angrily at the boxing gym, telling him that his behavior is unacceptable. They agree on a fresh start, and she thanks him for saving her son's life. The following night, Claire returns home from a date with Garrett and allows him to stay the night as a first step toward reconciliation. From his window, Noah watches and notices that Garrett's car hasn't moved. Realizing he spent the night there, overcome with jealousy, Noah becomes enraged. The next day, Noah confronts Claire by her car as she's leaving for work. He expresses his anger, accusing her of deceiving him after agreeing to a new start with him. He threatens her, saying, "The game has begun." That same day, Kevin gets upset with his mother for allowing Garrett to stay overnight, accusing her of betraying him after all that his father has done. Refusing to ride with her, Kevin chooses to leave with Noah, who looks at Claire with a triumphant expression. When Noah and Kevin arrive at school, a group of bullies begins harassing Kevin. Noah intervenes with extreme violence, nearly breaking the leader's neck. The school security intervenes, and the assistant principal is called in. She decides to expel Noah permanently. Noah reacts aggressively, intimidating her and leaving her frightened. On the night of the school dance, Kevin gets ready in a sharp suit, making Claire proud. Kevin heads to the dance to meet the girl he likes. The girl informs Claire, who is supervising as a teacher, about a water leak in the boys' bathroom. When Claire goes to check, she finds that Noah has written about their affair on the walls. Claire confronts Noah, who stands before her furious, shouting and blaming her for her actions. However, Claire ignores him and walks away. The next morning, Claire arrives at school to find explicit photos of her and Noah from their encounter plastered all over her classroom. Panicking, she quickly shuts the door to remove the photos before anyone sees them. At that moment, the principal arrives and asks her why the door is closed. Claire explains that she was on an important phone call, and manages to clean up the evidence before he notices anything. Meanwhile, Garrett is waiting for Kevin after school to drive him home. In an attempt to reconcile, he allows Kevin to drive his car. However, Kevin drives recklessly, and when he tries to brake, the brakes fail, causing the car to crash into water barrels on the road. When Claire arrives home, she sees Garrett's damaged car and rushes inside, terrified for their safety. She finds both of them unharmed but is shocked to see Noah with them. Claire heads to the kitchen to prepare food, and Noah follows her, claiming that the photos he posted at school were out of love, not as a threat. He asks her to visit him at his house that night to talk, and Claire reluctantly agrees. When she visits him, they discuss everything that has happened. When Noah tries to get close to her, she slaps him and leaves. The next day, Claire visits her friend Vicky and shows her the photos. She borrows Vicky's car to go to Noah's house to search for any remaining copies of the photos. While searching, she finds files on his computer containing the photos, along with information about Garrett's car. She discovers that Noah tampered with Garrett's brakes. She also finds a file on a 2006 car, realizing that Noah was involved in his father's death. Claire quickly leaves the house after receiving a call from Vicky, warning her that Noah saw the car and realized they had switched vehicles. After the call ends, Noah suddenly appears behind Vicky and hits her on the head, knocking her unconscious. During this time, Claire contacts the detective investigating Noah's father's death. She learns from the detective that Noah sabotaged his father's brakes to kill him, which explains the file on the 2006 car. Noah calls Kevin and tells him he's with Vicky fixing her computer, inviting him to spend time together. In reality, Noah has tied Vicky up. When Claire calls Vicky to warn her about what she discovered, Noah uses Vicky's voice to lure Claire into coming to the house, making her believe everything is fine. When Claire arrives, she finds the house completely dark. Upon entering, she discovers Vicky has been murdered. Terrified, she rushes outside, only to be confronted by Noah. A fight ensues, and Claire accuses Noah of killing her friend. He confesses to killing his father because he caused his mother's suicide, insisting he wasn't inherently evil. Noah takes Claire to Vicky's house extension, where he has Garrett and Kevin tied up. He attempts to control Claire, but she plays along to find an opportunity to save her family. Claire manages to hit Noah on the head with a metal rod and quickly frees Kevin. As she works to untie him, Noah regains consciousness and attacks her. Noah begins pouring gasoline around the room, threatening to set everyone on fire. As he lights the match, Claire charges at him, causing the match to fall and ignite the fire. Garrett breaks free and fights Noah, who grabs a gun and shoots him. Claire seizes the chance to drop an engine suspended from the ceiling onto Noah, immobilizing him. Claire and her family escape the burning building, leaving Noah trapped inside, where he is ultimately consumed by the flames. And that's how the movie ends. If you enjoyed the film, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with all our latest content.